Now, we're still continuing with our coverage of the Zimbabwe crisis, and wherein the president of ZANU PF and president of the country, Robert Mugabe, has been fired by the ZANU PF Central Committee. And we now cross over to Harare, wherein that press briefing is underway.
The ZANU PF Central Committee met in special session at the party headquarters in Harare on the 19th November 2017 in terms of Article 7, Section 37(7) of the party's constitution. The meeting, having been duly convened, noted the incapacitation of the top leadership of the party to execute their duties as enjoined by the party's constitution, in particular, as enshrined under Article 7, Section 38 thereof, consequent upon which present. After considering recommendations from various provinces, the following was resolved. In my presentation, certainly Comrade Patrick Chinamasa, in terms of the resolutions he has just read, we can't avoid that repetition. 1. Having been attended by 201 of the 300 ZANU PF Central Committee members, the session was declared duly constituted. 2, the Central Committee, on behalf for their intervention efforts in the internal affairs of the party as the governing party, with the view of bringing normalcy both within the party and government. 3, of the intervention efforts by the Zimbabwe Defense Forces towards bringing normalcy in both party and government again. The unconstitutional of Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa as Vice President and Second Secretary of ZANU PF and his expulsion from the party was nullified forthwith. And he was restored to being a member of the Central Committee. 5, the recommendations from provincial coordinating committees, PCCs, suspending and expelling members from the party were nullified, and the Politburo directive directed that the PCC's recommendations for suspensions and expulsions be heard by the National Disciplinary Committee, NDC, were also withdrawn. 6, all members of the Central Committee elected at the 2014 Congress and were subsequently suspended or expelled from the party subsequent to the Congress on the basis of fictitious and fabricated allegations by the G40 cabal were reinstated. 7, members from the provincial councils and sub who were from the subsequent to the 2014 Congress have been reinstated.
This is from what? What is this? Perfect. Here. No, read this one.
The following members of the G40 cabal be expelled from the party. This is the recommendation which was just read. And I'm going to repeat the names so given. 1, Comrade Grace Mugabe. 2, Comrade Pelekezela Mpoko. 3, Comrade Jonathan Moyo. 4, Comrade Xavier Kasukuwere. 5, Comrade Patrick Joao. 6, Comrade Letina Undenge. 7, Comrade Kuzanai Chipanga. 8, Comrade Walter Mzembi. 9, Comrade Paul Chimedza. 10, Comrade Makosini Hlongwane. 11, Comrade Mandi Chimene. 12, Comrade Shadrach Mashayamombe. 13, Comrade Innocent Amandishe. No, this was 8, sorry. 9, Comrade Eunice Sandimoyo. Comrade Araji Mugabe, that's number 9, was removed from the position of President and First Secretary of ZANU PF by a unanimous vote. 10, Comrade Araji Mugabe should resign forthwith, was removed from the position of President and First Secretary of ZANU PF by a unanimous vote. 10, Comrade Araji Mugabe should resign forthwith from the position of Head of State of Zimbabwe, and in the event that the resignation will not have been tendered by midday 20th November 27, the ZANU PF Chief Whip was ordered to institute proceedings for the removal of the President in terms of Section 97 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, Amendment number 20. I'm reminded here that on number 8, on the names I've just announced, there is a name which should have been included here, and that is Comrade Ignatius Chombo. Comrade Pelekezela Mpoko was removed from the position. Please, when I read, I don't usually enjoy interruptions. Comrade Pelekezela Mpoko was removed from the position of Vice President and Second Secretary of ZANU PF for being divisive, a member of the cabal, protecting criminals, preaching hate speech, and behaving in a manner inconsistent with the office and decorum of the office of Vice President. 12, Comrade Grace Mugabe was removed from the position of Secretary for the Women's League of ZANU PF for promoting hate speech, divisiveness, and assuming roles and powers not delegated to her office. 13, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa was elected as President and First Secretary of ZANU PF, pending ratification by the Extraordinary Congress scheduled for 12 to 17 December 2017, and was nominated as the party presidential candidate for the 2018 general election. Robert Mugabe was nominated to fill in the vacancy of state president in terms of Part 4, Paragraph 14.5 of the 6th schedule of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, Amendment number 20. The Central Committee acknowledged the need to discharge its functions as the supreme organ of the party outside Congress in terms of Section 35 under Article 7 of the party constitution, and the Politburo was directed to revert back to its subordinate position as the Secretariat of the Central Committee. The Extraordinary Congress, scheduled for 12 to 17 December 2017, go ahead primarily ratifying the decisions of the Central Committee, in particular, A, ratifying the appointment of Robert Mnangagwa as the President and First Secretary of ZANU PF, ratifying the removal of Comrade Robert Mugabe as the President and First Secretary of ZANU PF. Comrade Chair, this is the end of my first statement, and as well as, in a way, a communique for the members of the press. So I hope you've captured everything correctly. Don't add anything, don't subtract anything. I thank you for that.
My colleagues, members of the Politburo, colleagues, members of the Central Committee, the media, and those who have been invited to join us in this historic occasion. You are a lot of time today. Next, all of us here, part of the historical moments. Indeed, this is history and history. It is a name that has been mobilized and the development of the national bodies from universities and provinces. I know some of you have seen them. Where the statute of liberation, which will have a monumental impact on our parties and indeed Zimbabwe as a whole. We have seen democracy at play. The people have spoken. This Central Committee has agreed on the recall of the President and First Secretary of ZANU PF, Comrade Alajiga. He has been known for a long time. It is a sad day in the history of foreign nationality that Comrade Alajiga has to depart in such a manner. It is unfortunate, comrades, that he has surrounded himself with a wicked cabal, then on redestined Central Committee meetings, cabinet meetings, political meetings were recorded. The deliberations of all those organs were recorded by non-spies. And it made it very difficult for members to contribute during debate, knowing very well that they were these renegades. In as much as this is said, it is historic that the party shall never again allow such undemocratic processes and procedures in the conduct of this business. The reinstatement of the Vice President and Second Secretary, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, to his position in the government and the party is indeed a welcome resolution. The resolutions endorsed in this will no doubt reinvigorate and rejuvenate the party, making it stronger and united. Let's work together to shun regionalism, tribalism, and factionalism, so that the party is strengthened and united as we open a new page in the history of our revolution. Thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades. I want to thank you once again for all to the deliberations for this successful extraordinary session of the Central Committee. May God bless you and thank you for everything.
Jubilation at that hall in Harare. Everybody, every ZANU PF member united against President Robert Mugabe, something that was totally unheard of in the history of ZANU PF and in the history of Zimbabwe. People saying something negative or anything that does not suit President Robert Mugabe. And as I just heard there, Patrick Chinamasa having announced the new interim committee of the ZANU PF. And he did mention that if President Robert Mugabe does not resign by noon tomorrow, the chief whip is then ordered to institute institute proceedings so he can be recalled. We do understand that Parliament will be reconvened on Tuesday to push for a motion of impeachment should President Mugabe fail to resign voluntarily. And Chinamasa also said that Robert Mugabe is recalled as the first secretary and leader of ZANU PF and is being replaced by Emmerson Mnangagwa, and as well as Grace Mugabe has been expelled from the party. Other expulsion also include Patrick Chinamasa, I beg your pardon, Xavier Kasukuwere, and the expulsion from the party are nullified. And it's understood that Joyce Mujuru, who was also expelled from the party, the jury is still out whether she will be recalled again. Well, we'll keep track of the developments coming up from Harare, and Sophie Mkwena is standing by, but will certainly